Welcome to OUTwright 2020, BUT. My name is Rusty Tennant. I'm the Artistic Director of the OUTwright Theater Festival and of Fuse Theater Ensemble. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Even though this year's festival is taking place online, we'd still like to honor the over 60 indigenous tribes that call this area home, from the Multnomah to the Wasco to the Clackamas to the bands of Chinook to the Molalla and the many other tribes that have called the Willamette River Valley and the Columbia River Valley home over the years. We'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge this unique period in intersectionality that we are all experiencing right now. This past year has seen the practice of theater decimated by COVID-19. And this, coupled with centuries of a plague of bigotry and racism, has made June a truly unique time in our history. Unfortunately, the practice of theater, the ultimate mirror held up to nature, has been limited in our response. We here at the OUTwright Theater Festival and at Fuse Theater Ensemble stand in solidarity with our BIPOC friends and family in this fight to finally end racism. Black lives matter. Black trans lives matter. And that's why this week, OUTwright Theater Festival will bring you the greatest collection of trans and gender nonconforming talent the city of Portland has ever seen compiled into one event. Here's a lineup of your evening. We'll start with an amuse-bouche of Alec Lugo singing a selection from The Pursuit of Happiness, a new musical by Ernie Lijoi. Now, The Pursuit of Happiness was supposed to be our feature production for 2020, but unfortunately, due to COVID, we had to postpone. But I promise you, as soon as we are able to gather again and share space, this will be one of the first ones we tackle. Immediately following that, we will have our feature production for the evening. Now, each of our feature productions is written by a trans or gender nonconforming playwright and also features trans or gender nonconforming characters. And then we'll wrap it all up with some poetry from Zelos Marchandt entitled After the Fall. Zelos is a local activist, playwright, all-around amazing inspiration, and a brilliant poet. I hope you can join us. Links to donations for Fuse or OUTwright can be found in the comment sections of the stream that you are following. We'd also, however, really encourage you to donate to your local Black Lives Matter chapter, or the Rose City Justice, or the Southern Poverty Law Center, or any number of institutions out there right now doing the good work. Thank you so much. They need your support. So thank you all. Thank you for tuning in this unique medium for us. We're not film editors. We're not TV makers. We're theater people. But we're trying our hardest to be able to bring you content and keep OUTwright out there at a time when we desperately need it. So thank you for joining in. Thank you for dismissing the little strings and bells and whistles that you might see in what we're doing. And thank you so much for being a part of OUTwright 2020. We really do love you. Thank you.
We were 16 years old in a park, in a clearing of trees. We were young and alive and afraid, hoping nobody sees. Both of us timid and both of us tense. Suddenly everything all making sense. You and I face to face, with my back to the fence. And the fit of your coat, and the shape of your chin, and the lump in my throat, and the tone of your skin, and your hand on my back, and the slowing of time, and my limbs going slack, and this feeling like I'm disappearing for that one perfect moment of life when the doubt melts away. Disappearing in the clearing for the first and last time in my life. I thought I'll be okay. We were 16 years old in a park, in a clearing of trees, when the hate and the hurt of this world cut us off at the knees. Suddenly voices, both angry and tense, suddenly nothing at all making sense. You and I facing them with our backs to the fence, and it turns on a dime with the tear in your coat, and the stopping of time, and the hand on my throat, and the boot on my back, and the blood on my chin, and my world going black where I truly begin. Disappearing when the hate and the hurt in this world is too much to be faced. Disappearing in the clearing, thinking maybe it's better if people like me are erased. So they send you away where you pray to be healed, and the lies become truth, and the truth is concealed, and that part of yourself by the fence in the field. Well, he never stood up, and he never moved on. He just fades out of you until one day he's gone, till this pillar of lies that you're standing upon all comes crashing down all around, and you find yourself back in the park by the fence on the ground. At the scene of the crime, of a brutal attack, where you're frozen in time with the boot on your back, and the blood on your coat, and the tear in your skin, and the hand on your throat. But it's time to begin reappearing, and start clearing away all those decades of doubt and unease. Reappearing in the clearing, when I open my eyes and I see that it's time to stand up and break free. But a part of me might always be 16 years old in a park, in a clearing of trees.
Welcome to Fuse Theater Ensemble's Fertile Ground Repertory, celebrating 10 years of original work and featuring world premiere performances of Undetectable by Rusty Newton Tennant, Tether, ADHD BDSM by Sarah Faye Goldman, and I Am an Actress, a passion play by Jane Comer, as well as a workshop of Kate Mura's The Tarot Show. Feel free to join us for all of our offerings between now and January 27th. A complete schedule is located on the back of your program. Now, please take a moment to silence any potential noise-making devices, and should you need to exit the theater during the performance, please take this opportunity to locate the exit sign located behind you and to your left. Thank you for supporting live theater grown directly from the fertile ground of your local Portland theater artists. Enjoy the show.
What happened?
Open up! Open the door!
Just let me do the talking.
Dolly down! Breathe! Listen to me! Oh! Come on, today! Finally! This has been a long time coming. Nice place. Looks like you've been here a while.
Thanks. Home sweet home. The actual spot.
Is this the man of the house? Huh?
Yes!
Maybe you can help us.
What the fuck do you want?
Maybe Miss Dakota can help us answer that.
Does he know your
What are we
name?
here for, Ray, huh?
Beats the fuck out of me.
If you say so. Maybe that'll help jog your memory.
Still nothing. Ray! No.
No, you heard her. She doesn't need your help. Oh, Ray, you don't remember me? I'm hurt. Thought I made more of an impression. I remember you. Let's just say that bomb, those earthquakes really opened up some doors for me. A couple of cell doors, to be precise. Now, before I finish up that unfinished business, I need you to help me understand something. You don't own that pharmacy, do you?
Who owns anything anymore?
Well, we do.
You don't own it. You
Why
took
were you
it.
seen coming out the back door carrying a bag of drugs looking like a fucking thief?
You got the wrong person.
Oh, really?
Stop!
Down on the fucking ground! Stay there. I'm not making this easy, Ray. Just give it to me. Whenever someone has nothing left, they always turn to God. Isn't it time? He's always watching. Someone is always watching you. I knew it was you the moment I saw you. Now you can either surrender the drugs and the key you stole.
I don't have any fucking keys!
Don't fucking lie to me! Oh, now we're getting something. That's right, cough it up. I know it's in there somewhere. Give me the key. That's right. God, you're so fucking gross. Is that so fucking hard? Allow me to jog your memory since you seem to have forgotten. Does the name Bradley Ross mean anything to you?
Holy fucking shit! It's you!
Now, time to finish that business. You fucking shot me! They're for you, aren't they? The drugs, the AIDS pills. That's why you did it, bitch, huh? You fucking saved an AIDS-infested faggot, a killer, a scourge. The reason all this happened. You fucking sodomite-loving, baby-killing cunt. You hadn't moved at the last second. Crosshairs on your forehead. And who do you think you're fooling? You can't fool God. You can't survive. In fact, it doesn't even matter if I fucking kill you, because you're already fucking dead. You'll run out of pills, and then what will you do? Huh? I hope you burn in hell.
I'll see you there.
Rise and shine and give God the glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God the glory.
What the fuck?
Happy anniversary.
Shut your fucking hole.
Come on. Get up. We've got cause to celebrate. It's been a year. What?
What?
So I get nothing. Nothing at all. Not even a thank you.
About what?
About this.
About this what? Oh, Christ. Where did you go?
Don't worry about that.
This is huge, though. We can eat for weeks on this.
I know.
Where did you...
Well, I was coming back from Ryan's and I just...
You walked the whole way there?
You know that it's mostly tunnels. I'm fine.
How is he?
Can we talk about this later?
Yeah. But what are you planning to do?
About what?
About Ryan.
I thought that I just said that we should talk about this later.
Sorry. It's just that he's my friend too.
He's not my friend.
Oh. I get it.
I wish that he were just my friend.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm sorry.
He's a corpse. He's a goddamn corpse. He looks like one of those horrifying pictures from the 80s and... Say goodbye.
Goodbye. You're just going to leave him there to die?
He's the one that asked me to go.
Have you
Don't you
considered
think I ought to
turning
just
him
say?
over to one of those Christian groups that are
Are you
all the
fucking
signs?
serious,
I
right?
know, it's not ideal, but at least they're an organized group. They
blame us for this.
Dies.
All of it. You've seen the shit they painted across the walls of this city. Shit, half of them are the same goddamn thugs that have been chasing us around for the past year.
It isn't ideal, but at least the Christians have made a
Ryan is an
shelter
atheist.
downtown.
God, and for that matter, so am I now.
Fair enough.
Besides, it's not a hospice shelter. It's basically a dump for the dead.
You don't know that. That is just something you heard from some rando in the tunnels. Do you believe everything you fucking hear now? God, everything is a rumor. Tomorrow is a goddamn rumor. What I wouldn't give for some fucking facts in this world. You know, something you can trust.
Hey. Hey. Look at me.
No.
Look at me.
No.
You can trust me. You want some good news? You want some? Ryan wanted us to have this. It was the last of his store.
Oh my God. He really is gone? I thought you said this was good news.
It's the best I could do. I remember the morning that this all went away. You were coming over for our interview and Ryan had stayed over. Needless to say, he wasn't making it easy for me to prepare. He kept trying to give me a blowjob.
Sounds about right.
But I wanted him to leave. I wanted him to go back to his place, go somewhere, and now I'd give anything just to...
Do you still have the key?
Of course I do.
Now is the time to use it. We need to use it. We need to get
He's
something.
beyond that point.
No, I'm not just gonna sit here and let him
He's
disappear.
ready. And I don't blame him. I don't know what I'm still holding on for. Pills or no pills, my immune system can't be dealing well with this shit. Gosh, I just feel like I'm a sitting duck. I don't even know what I'm holding on for. He was my last hope, and now I don't know.
Yeah. Me neither.
Right, I didn't mean it.
No,
like that.
I can't blame you. I get it. You know, you have a way out, right? Like you can just stop taking a couple pills and then what, like a month or a week maybe, you're just gone. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Huh? Wait it out. See what's next.
Well, I'm sorry that you're the picture of health.
I'm sorry that you're...
Ray, I didn't mean it like that. I get it. I need you, and you need me. Hey,
each other's hope. Come on, my jungle life. Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Nope.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
You, my jungle husband.
It's kind of hard holding on to hope, though, huh?
We're definitely not humans anymore. Fucking animals. Beasts. I mean, we scrounge for food, we run around tunnels, we loot dead people, we kill people. I mean, when's the last time you even had a bath?
A bath?
It's been months.
So we just let it all go?
Already let most of it go.
Yeah, that is sad because it's true.
I'm just saying that it doesn't seem that crazy.
No hope for a return to normal, for a fucking bath or a car. We just let it all go. Or is it just as simple as letting go of hope? We've lost.
I've got 15 days
15 days
until I'm out of meds.
Shit.
So maybe you can understand why I'm done fighting. Ryan's gone. I think I'm ready. It's a parent that wasn't left to die, so I might as well oblige.
No, that is why we have the key. That's why the fucking
Ray,
key.
you know as well as I do that key will only get us killed.
No, that is weak. I'm not afraid. I'll go. I'm small and stealthy.
No, you won't. They have that place on lockdown.
But you know there's more in there.
Do I?
Yes, you know exactly where it's kept.
Where it was kept. And how do we even know that it's still there? And if so, how much? How do we know they didn't come in and confiscate all that stuff when they were on the move in the early days?
No. If there isn't anything left, then why all the thugs, right? You saw them yourself through the grate.
I
Why
tried.
would they be...
I tried hard. And you gotta give me that, but it's a new world out there, and I'm just not built for it. Not anymore.
No, Look, I get it. I get that Ryan is dead, and I get that your head is really fucked, and this is all hopeless. But you have to understand. Please understand this is not about you and Ryan. It's not about the fucking overlord D-bags that are running the place. It's not about any of that. This is about you and me. This is because we started this together, and I will be goddamned if we do not end it together too. What?
Don't you think God's already damned us?
I thought you didn't believe in God.
I think it's fair to say that I don't know what I believe anymore.
Believe in living. Just like you said, on one of the first days. When we first got here, it's gotten me this far. It's gotten me here. Believe in you. I know I do. Hope.
You sound like Ryan.
Yeah. Ryan and I have a few important things in common. Number one, we are both atheists. And number two, we both love you in a very unhealthy way.
I love you in a very unhealthy way too. Oh, it's me!
Get in! I heard them chasing you.
They're gone.
Just making
They're
sure.
gone.
Whew.
Trust me.
How do you know?
Trust me.
Did you get me? Maybe you must have gotten something. They wouldn't be chasing you if you hadn't gotten
I
it.
got it.
You got some?
I got it.
Give it.
Hold on.
Give it.
Easy. God.
Clock's a ticking. Come on. Should I even ask where you got these?
Mrs. Chen.
Who?
Oh, duh. Sometimes I forget that we haven't known each other forever.
281 days, to be exact.
Well, Mrs. Chen owns the pharmacy on the corner.
You actually talked to somebody?
Well,
Oh.
it was the safest place I could think to look. But not anymore. The bikers have taken over and they have that place on lockdown.
Is that who chased you?
Yeah, but I lost them. They didn't see where I went in the tunnels. Poor thing, though.
She must have barricaded herself in there for months, just like us.
She was bloated and her feet were purple.
Oh my god. Radiation?
Honestly, I don't think so.
It looked more like diabetes. I had an uncle who died from it once, and
She must have ran out of insulin. But kind of puts things into perspective, I guess.
How so?
She had all the medicine. All of it.
to herself, and it still wasn't enough.
There's an entire world full of sick people just waiting to die.
Hey, Barry, no, you cannot go down that road. That's a rabbit hole. You stay with me. How did you know it was her?
Her fucking jewelry. She used to wear these turquoise rings, and I would read her up and down for filth for that shit. Like, how can an Asian woman be appropriating Native American culture? Like, blah, 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 blah.
Now I give anything just to care what somebody was wearing.
Well, good for her.
What?
I'm glad she didn't make it. I'm beginning to think the dead are the lucky ones.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I agree with you 100%.
Okay, it's time.
What?
Sorry, not sorry. I'm gonna plug.
What, right now?
Yeah, right now. I thought it might be a little weird during this Chen Memorial, but if I don't do this now, we're gonna have another dirty rag for a week.
Ooh.
Nobody wants that.
Oh, no. I'm okay. Ugh.
Well, that's the first. I'm surprised we made it this far, considering.
Grow up, Nancy. Not me.
What, you plugged in front of other guys before?
First. I mean, not recently.
Who?
Well, there was Blake, and Vinny, and Julian,
Okay, stop.
my dad.
Oh, fuck you, that's gross.
Oh, come on! How does a guy's head not implode under the weight of his own hypocrisy? I mean, you will whip out your squishy dongs and piss on anything that moves or that doesn't, en masse, might I add. And the second a woman whips out a little cotton to mop up a little blood, it's some mind-altering, life-changing event. You know, all those weird pieces.
Are those two things even related?
Yeah, in my mind, they are. Now that is a privilege.
Oh, and we're the weird ones. Okay. All right, Miss Chan, girl, let's see what you got in here.
Trident, 8-month-old, wet, probably poisonous from radiation trident, but you can have it. And, ooh. The finest turquoise, darling.
Wait, should we really be taking things off dead people? Do you remember that guy who took the ring off that guy who was killed on the train?
Honey, I'm sure. Live your best life.
I will wear it with pride, Miss Chen. And whenever I look at it, I will think of the tampons we share.
Beautiful.
This is not turquoise, by the way.
What?
Turquoise is a stone. This is a crystal. This is jade.
Oh. Kind of feel like an ass.
Probably should.
Sorry.
Are you saying what I'm saying?
Those might just be the keys
The
to her
keys to
house.
the medicine?
We don't know.
Actually, I do.
How do you know?
Because I watched her use these keys once a month.
Yeah?
They don't keep the HIV medicine next to the Swedish fish. They keep it locked up. And this
Uh-huh.
key right here unlocks that cabinet.
Baron,
Yeah, Ray?
what are you saying?
I'm saying life and living, it may not go on forever, but it just got a little bit easier, bitch.
Fuck! Holy shit. Shopping has become something very different.
It should be considered an Olympic event.
Oh, the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's done.
Oh.
That's funny. Every day I just think of one more thing that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, things change.
Oh, that's deep.
Sorry, just being a realist.
Yeah, because reality is something I need a lot more of right now.
So what'd you get?
Oh, tampons, never have enough of those. Some canned food,
Nice.
bandages.
What's the book?
Yeah, 50 life hacks in every home.
Fucking brilliant.
What about you? What'd you
Well,
buy?
I got some boots,
Hey!
steel toe,
Heavy duty ass kickers.
and I got some propane.
Nice.
And, I got a cyst.
Oh,
Are you okay? I know we haven't talked about it since the shooting and all, but
yeah.
are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, because there might come a time when I actually need you to use this.
I get it.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm fucking sure already. So I may need you to use that too.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it in the trunk with the rest of the weapons. The safety's on, see? What was his name again? Ryan told me once, but I can't seem to remember.
Bradley Ross.
Yeah.
Things change. Let's just hope nobody... I mean, the tunnels have exposed us to a whole new world, which is obviously a good thing, but...
But what?
Well, they also expose us, and more people are finding out about it.
Yeah, but it's the only safe way to travel any sort of distance.
If you can call that safe.
It would be weird though, huh?
What?
Having someone find us here? I mean, the last person that visited here was, well, you.
Weird.
Yeah, weird.
What do you miss the most?
What?
What or who, I guess?
I guess we're going there, huh?
Just trying to talk.
Oh, well, I haven't really thought about it that much.
I have.
Okay, well then you go first.
You're not gonna like it.
What is it?
You sure?
Ray,
Facebook.
are you fucking serious? Out of all the things that you can miss in this world, Facebook? Seriously. You don't miss running water, electricity, not even the warm embrace of your mom's home cooking, fucking Facebook? I should slap you right now, you know that, right?
Shut the fuck up, I'm serious.
Yeah, seriously, fuck me in the head. Facebook? I mean, what was it? Was it the endless political debates, the pictures of food? I got it. I know what it was. It was the cats.
Yeah. Yeah, you got me. It's the cats.
I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it. I knew you liked some pussy every now and then.
Shut up.
No, the internet was a cool thing. I'll give you that, I guess.
It was a cool thing. I mean, for a minute there, we were really part of the same big community. I could wake up in the morning and talk to my friends in England before they went to bed. And I could chat with my aunts in Missouri and get news from around the world in a heartbeat.
Nice.
I even participated in some of the coolest social protests of all time. All this that really makes me me, all because of Facebook.
You know, I somehow thought that the internet would bring about the end of the world.
The world is far more resilient than that. Jury's still out on us, though.
Hashtag truth.
Your turn.
What?
What do you miss?
I'm missing Ryan every day.
Yeah, see, that's not fair. I did not say Cody, so. How is he?
He's good, I guess.
When did you see him last?
2, maybe 3 weeks ago, a month, I don't know. The maze of the tunnels underneath the city are huge now, so I can go underground half the way.
He's doing the right thing.
I know.
His mother needs him.
His mom's a fucking evil cunt.
Whoa!
I mean that in the British sense.
Okay, I guess.
She's the reason we're not together. He says it'll kill her.
What?
You know that she calls me his token nigger.
You did not mention that. What does Brian say?
I'm sorry.
Well, I, for one, am glad she's a racist cunt.
Listen to you.
If she wasn't, I'd be here all alone.
I would never leave you alone. You're my jungle wife.
And you're my jungle husband. It's good you found that guy to help get you meds.
Yeah, but they're running out fast, and he's getting greedy. He's asking for more and more every time. Which is why, when I found these bad boys on our little shopping spree,
Is that
that is
how many?
a 6-month supply.
For you and Ryan.
Unfortunately, no.
What, you're just not gonna tell him?
It wouldn't matter if I did.
Why?
Ryan and I are on different medications. He tried using my meds once and it almost killed him. It nearly sent him in an anaphylactic shock. He gets his own supply from his mom's doctor. So
And when those are done,
we get more, I guess, somehow.
you guess.
I don't really know. This is all new to me too. I'm taking it one day at a time, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, can't we just celebrate the small victories?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I remember thinking that things were not normal then. You know, like, it is amazing how normal not normal has become. Like, the world just separated in two in a matter of a week.
We were already separated.
Hashtag truth.
God, and the earthquakes.
Oh my God, I've lived on the West Coast my entire life. I've never felt anything like that. A week straight, and you never knew when the next one was.
Well, I'm just happy that this building held up. Seattle's gone, so.
Oh my God. Everyone?
Or so my dealer says. Apparently it was ground zero, but it wasn't even the biggest. If it was, we'd be wiped out. They're bigger, I guess.
But it was definitely a bomb?
Other than,
I don't know, a malfunction?
he definitely said that it was a bomb, and maybe more than one.
What's gonna happen to all those now?
To what?
The bombs, the nuclear facilities,
God,
there's so many
I
of them
don't
up and down the
wanna
West
think
Coast.
about
No. Probably already happened. That is one way to fix global warming.
Yes, a nuclear winter is one solution.
Yeah, just kill millions of people and let the rest of us die slowly after the fact. That should really slow things down.
I cannot believe the shit that we laugh at now.
Well, if we don't laugh, we will cry. Until we die.
Come here. Morning, sunshine. Holy shit. Bad dream?
Huh?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, I made some tea.
Bless you.
Loud might save lives.
What does that mean?
It's a biker saying.
And how the fuck do you know that?
I dated a biker once.
When?
Before. He was my first. Gosh, I was 17 and he was 42.
Oh, damn. Daddy much?
Caleb Vaughn.
Sexy name.
Sexy man.
What happened?
Oh, not pretty. Not pretty at all.
Dish.
Well, I guess since we're spilling tea, let's just say that his wife wasn't too fond of him double dipping between her pussy and my sexy black ass.
Oh! How did she find out?
Honey, a woman knows, I guess. I don't know. You should know, you're a woman. I just hope that she didn't find out because she tasted it.
Oh, you're awful.
Sometimes.
Poor thing.
God. Is this gonna be like a constant thing now?
I guess so. Welcome to the new normal.
Who elected these guys to patrol the streets?
I think they did.
Just because they're the first to risk going outside? Driving around with their stupid scooters like they're the new sheriff in town.
Well, they kinda are.
Not for me. They're stealing things. They're fucking hoarders. They're blocking our access to important resources.
They're preserving them. It's not like we couldn't use a little law and order. You know, since shit's just... It's nice to see someone trying to create some kind of order out of what's left. And besides, it's really nice to hear and see some activity.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I just... Don't you think it's a little fucked that they are the ones now making the law? Fucking fascists? I mean, how many of your people do you think they beat down in their heyday?
My people?
Yeah, black people.
Oh, so I own black people now.
Shut up.
I'm just saying, reparations have got crazy if you think I'm owning black folks.
Okay, so you are saying that you are okay with a bunch of Aryan, racist, fascist motorcycle thugs out there running the show, armed to the teeth in their fucking riot gear, just because they're the ones who happen to have all the guns.
That's not how I look at it. The way that I see it is that there are guinea pigs. There's a high likelihood they'll be the first ones to drop dead of radiation poisoning with as much time as they spend outside. They're like fleshy Geiger counters. And sooner or later, they're going to run out of gas.
Do you think it's safe yet to go outside?
Listen to me. We are safe. As safe as we could possibly be. The basement of a high-rise has staircases basically rubble. There's only one way in and out of this place and only 3 people that know that way.
Trash chute.
Ow.
Yeah.
Besides, we're safe. We've got plenty of supplies. We've got clean bottles of water. We've got non-perishable food items. We've got protein powder. We even have a big metal sheet over that little old window. And we have each other.
And Ryan.
And Ryan. Hopefully he'll be back soon. You know what? I'm gonna go put some of this stuff into the storage, okay?
Do you mind if I stay here?
Not at all. Shit!
What is it?
I need a hammer.
I think there's one on the tool shelf.
No, I need a sledgehammer.
Under the bench.
Oh.
The hell are you doing? What is it? What?
It's a tunnel.
Is that the last of it?
Yeah. That's what was left in the storage room, but there's still plenty more rooms to sort through back there.
Do you feel anything?
Hungry, but I'm starting to get used to that.
I mean, radiation.
Oh, no, I wouldn't feel that yet.
Oh. Did Ryan head out?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wish he would have listened to us. It's not
No.
safe out there.
It's cool. He's smart, and hopefully he'll only be gone for a little while. So.
Did you see anybody else when you went outside?
A few people, but as soon as I saw them, they were gone. I guess everyone's afraid to be seen, just like us. But things are getting crazy out there. Crazy people, looters and whatnot. I did see the sky, though.
You did?
Yeah. To the north, these clouds, they were angry and defined, but not like normal northwest clouds, you know. And then there was a splash of light. Maybe lightning or electricity, maybe radiation, I don't know. It was all mixed together in these hues of red and pink and purple, kind of like cotton candy. But there were no birds, no planes, just clouds. I don't think smart people are chancing it yet. I think most people are just staying put till they can't anymore.
I know I've probably said this enough, but thank you for letting me stay here.
Absolutely. I'm just very lucky to have this studio space.
I'm just glad you figured out a way up and back down again. That staircase has seen some better days.
Yeah, kind of had to get creative. Let's just say it's easier going up the trash chute than coming down, am I right? You know what? I think we're safe here, but let's just make a rule that we don't bring anyone else back down here until things are back to normal, okay? Having our very own safe space might actually prove to be necessary.
You got it.
Besides, you're my jungle wife.
Excuse me?
You know, that's what they call each other on that television show, Naked and Afraid, remember?
I don't think I've ever had the privilege.
Well, you're my jungle wife and I'm your jungle husband, so...
Okay, and I'm not sure how okay I am with you just throwing that up. I don't know if I can laugh.
Let's just say that let's not have anybody find us at our secret entrance to the back gate. How about that? Does that work?
As you wish, Master Bruce.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a little severe. This is big. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I did. See.
Put your arm up.
Yeah.
Honey, we are House of Thunderdogs.
Oh, indeed.
And we are mopping this level.
I don't know what that means.
Category is apocalyptic realness, leather, boots, the house down.
Yeah, feels right. It feels apropos.
Guess I might as well put this away. Been holding out. I've been keeping it out for 3 months, hoping that the electricity would come back on. But
Sorry.
no, it's okay.
Is all your stuff on there?
Yeah, everything.
No hard copies?
I didn't want the clutter. I hate clutter.
Sorry.
It's okay. Things change.
How are they going to clean all this up? I mean, all the bodies?
Honestly, I'm not sure how they can. Hell, I don't even know who they are anymore.
What do you mean?
Ryan said that his mom's doctor friend said that the rest of the country has officially declared what's left of the West Coast uninhabitable.
The fuck does he know?
I don't know what to believe.
What does that even mean, uninhabitable? I mean, we're right here. We are inhabiting.
I don't know. He didn't know, and he wasn't clear. Nothing is clear, but it's been 3 months. If the Coast Guard were coming to save us, I think they'd be here by now.
I just wish we could, get any sort of news, a radio signal.
He did say that some people were communicating off those old ham radios, ran off generators, but that only lasts for so long.
How long?
Until the radio stopped?
No, until things are back to normal.
I don't really know.
I mean, what can we do? Right? We can't go outside because the threat of radiation is still too high, or so we assume, but we don't really know because we haven't gone outside this room in 3 fucking months. And I'm starting to think that even just talking, just the act of speaking is starting to become a really futile waste of energy and time.
Ray, listen. I'm going to be very straight with you right now.
You can try. After that little display, I don't know if anyone's gonna buy it.
Seriously. I think this is bad. And from what I saw, I don't think things are going to get any better anytime soon. It would take people working together on a global scale. And we were already in a rough shape before this. And I don't think I can trust people to work it out. And if they do, it's going to take a hell of a long time. And I'm probably going to be dead before then.
Well, this is really not helping me calm down.
I just have to be real. They got me hooked. I need pills to live. No pills, no life. It's pretty basic for me. They only allowed me a 3-month supply of medicine because of insurance policies, but unless I can find a store of pills soon, then...
People will be coming to our aid. Other countries will have to help.
Will they? And if they do, they can't help all of us. I mean, besides, we're the ones with the money and the military. And if they were coming, then where are they?
I just wish we could turn on a TV or a computer, my phone, anything. It's so fucking quiet. It's so fucking...
Dead?
Yes.
Well, we're not.
Might as well be.
Ray, don't say that.
We're already buried underground.
Ray, stop.
This is not living. This
Listen
isn't a
to
life
me.
what we're doing. This is just a prelude towards death. I don't think I can take this anymore. I'm so fucking tired of being... I'm tired of being hungry and on edge.
Do you think this is any different for me and Ryan?
Oh, fuck you.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wait, really?
No. Seriously. Fuck you and fuck Ryan.
You know what? Hey, fuck you, bitch.
Oh, I'm a bitch now. I'm a bitch because I'm the fucking woman, right? Well, how about fuck right off, you fucking bitch.
Where's this coming from?
You don't need me. Have you thought of that yet? You have each other. Have you considered what that's like from my point of view yet, huh? That I'm stuck in here with 2 guys. I don't fucking know.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. You are not sorry. I am the one who is sorry. I'm sorry that I have to listen to you kiss each other before you go to sleep every night and when you wake up. And I am really fucking sorry I have to listen to you have sex in the middle of the night. And I'm sorry that you have someone to hold you when you get scared. And I'm sorry that I don't have anyone anymore.
Anymore?
Yes, anymore.
Right,
No, save it. You already said you were sorry, so...
Listen, I didn't think to ask.
Yeah, believe me, I noticed.
What's his name?
Cody.
Cody what?
Cody Schneider.
When's the last time you saw him?
The day I came here. He rolled over in bed and kissed me on the forehead 3 times. Like he always does. Like he did every morning. 3 kisses to seal the deal, is what he always said. And he just rolled back over and went to sleep. And I left. To come here. And nothing has ever been the same.
Sometimes I forget that we've only known each other a short while.
That's funny, because I never do. I'm never gonna see him again.
Hey, you don't know that.
Yeah, I do. I know that. I know that with certainty. I can feel that with every bone in my body. And still, I want nothing more than to kiss him again. I know it defies all logic, but I see his face when I'm falling asleep and when I'm waking up, and I see him in the patterns on the ceiling and the walls and the floor. And I know he's gone, but he won't leave me alone.
Hey. I hope he never does. Oh gosh. Listen, I fucking hate clutter. I cannot live like this. I'm gonna put this stuff back into the storage room. Yeah, I'm gonna just put it back. Can't do this.
Let me help.
much juice.
I'd say we're lucky, but
Well, like it or not, we kind of are. The basement of a high-rise is the safest place to be in a fallout situation. And now that the quakes have stopped,
the last one was only 2 days ago.
we'll hunker down for a few weeks, and hopefully the radiation will lift, and/or they'll send in the military.
And or we die.
Ray, I'm gonna really need you to stop saying things like that.
Because they're true?
Because they're cancerous, and cancer only starts with one cell,
Until they
something
are not
tiny.
considered
It quickly comes in,
safe.
takes over its host, and kills it. That's all it takes. It's something that small.
Okay, I will try not to be so negative, but cancer might not be your best metaphor.
Or maybe it is.
Maybe it is. Did you feel that?
Feel what?
I thought I felt another one.
I didn't feel anything.
I hope they're over. I can't take any more.
I have a feeling that you can take a lot. Besides, you're kind of a hero to a lot of people.
Then, I do not feel like a hero now.
Well, it's funny how the definition of a hero can change in a week.
Ryan's been out a long time.
There's a lot of stuff to sort through in that back room.
You really think it'll be weeks?
I'm not sure. This is also my first nuclear fallout.
Shut up.
I'm just saying, there won't be a manual. People won't know what to do. My best advice is to find a good book and hope for the best.
Yeah, it's kind of a fresh start.
Yeah.
With radiation poisoning. I mean, can human beings even survive a nuclear fallout?
Well, that's what we're gonna have to figure out.
How are you so fucking calm? Especially with Ryan outside of the shelter.
He's down the hall.
Yes, but he's not inside the shelter.
Please stop calling it that. It is not a shelter. This is my studio. When I first purchased this place, they said it was designed for a fallout shelter in the early 40s. It's got one small window. I said, you know what? It's perfect. It's quiet. It'll be great for writing.
So it is actually a shelter.
No, it's my fucking writing studio. It's my safe space. My place away from the world where I can feel safe away from everyone else.
Sounds like a shelter.
No, it's not a goddamn shelter. It's my writing studio.
Okay. It's a fucking studio.
Thank you.
I mean to offend you. I just don't understand how you were staying so goddamn calm.
Because I want to live. Because I've been here before. I prepared myself to die, and I made peace with it. When I first tested positive,
Oh, I didn't know.
when the doctor looked me in the face with tears in his eyes, and he tried to reassure me that everything was going to be okay. When I, in fact, knew that everything was not going to be okay. But you know what, Ray? I lived. I fucking lived. And goddammit, I'm going to fucking live through this shit, too. As long as I can, at least.
Hey guys, open up. My arms are full. shine and give God the glory, glory.
Hey, I don't have time.
I don't have time for me or don't have time for a blowjob.
Neither.
Come on.
Okay, fine. Just make it quick. Shit. The streets are a wreck.
One hell of a protest last night.
Price you pay for a studio downtown. Gosh,
They paid for democracy, I guess.
what a waste.
Huh?
I'm just saying, I can't help but feel that it's all a little futile.
It didn't seem that way last night when you were screaming in that cop's face.
Well, I can't help it. I guess I just got a little wrapped up in it.
Well, silence equals death, I guess.
Now, act up. Those guys know how to protest.
Oh, we know how to protest.
I'm just saying that the cops seem so content to let us protest. Almost as if we were playing their game. Like they know, as long as they let us scream our heads off, that nothing will ever come of this. I mean, in the end, will any of this even be worth it?
The end? Aren't we a little grim this morning? Maybe. Need some breakfast.
Hey, what are your plans today?
I have to pick up Mother and take her to a radiation appointment.
Well, tell her that your token nigger sends his love.
She doesn't mean that.
I'm
You know,
sorry,
she
I was
doesn't
just
really
kidding.
normally
I was
say
joking.
things like that. She's not.
I
really,
meant it British-wise, you know.
Well, you don't really mean that. You do.
You're right. I know.
What about you? What you got going on that you got to get to today?
Not get ready for. I have this interview with this woman. She's coming here. Gosh, it's probably the biggest thing that I have yet, and I feel so unprepared. Procrastinating. What is her name? Ray. Ray Dakota.
Sounds familiar. Who is she?
She's the spokesperson for the local Planned Parenthood.
The one who got
Took a bullet from that Proud Boy a few months ago. Yeah.
Really? She's a badass.
Well, we'll see.
I wish my life was half as interesting as yours.
What does that even mean?
Well, let's just say that Mother isn't taking any bullets anytime soon. You know, I'd love to interview this woman, talk about women's rights, IUDs, abortions,
Well,
guns.
I'm sure that we will talk about all of those things. Well, maybe not IUDs. God, I just can't help but feeling like I am so unprepared. We can procrastinate. I just hope that. I hope I don't blow this.
Hey,
I don't have time, babe.
hey, listen to me. I believe in you.
Thank you, babe.
No, come here. Look at me. Swivel around. I believe in you. You should try it too.
Thank you. I do. I will. I promise.
Good. Thank you. You know, I knew a guy in school named Bradley Ross.
Who is Bradley Ross?
He's the guy that shot the rifle. I remember because I had to look at the article to make sure it wasn't the same guy. He was kind of a dick.
See, I should know this. You know what? We probably won't talk about the shooting, though. That may be too soon.
Have you ever been shot?
What?
I'm just wondering.
Babe, don't you think you would know if I've been shot before?
You never know.
Are you asking me this because I'm black?
No. Jeez. Just because you grew up in the projects.
Oh, and every kid that grew up in the projects has been shot.
Calm down. I'm not saying that, okay? She's so political these days.
It's my job.
Hey. Come here.
I thought you had to go take care of your mom.
One more comment like that, my offers are rescinded. Come here. Let me release some of that stress.
Fine.
There you go, baby. Gotta relieve some of that tension before she gets here. You'll explode all over her. And all on me. And that would be a shame.
Thank you, babe. I needed this.
Now, time for that breakfast.
You are persistent.
That's one of my better qualities.
Fine, just make it fast. She'll be here soon. Hey. Did you hear that?
What?
It's her. Just 1 second. I'm coming. I'm coming. Just a second. Yeah. Hang on. I'm coming.
Baron Turner?
Hey, come in.
During the riot tomorrow, sirens blare down on us. Out of the dark, familiar tunnel our train rides through, the pin of light widens to gray sky. The ground is shaking, air trembling. In the belly of us there is a chopping. A helicopter looms in the low clouds, ruined white. Chop, 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 as we step off the platform. Brightest night is what war heroes used to call storming a territory while missiles tore through stars at midnight. Midday might as well be midnight. Chop, 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 chop. Perhaps our bellies do not respond to the sound the same way. I am precious to you, but there is something about your gait. It moves with the chop, 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 chop. The helicopter's blades in sync with your step. For me, every blade whoosh has happened in every century. Is happening. Whooshes and chop chops. I feel cut into tiny slices, spread out over centuries. What century is this, I ask? All of them, you say. Chop, 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 chop. I want you to know that I'm worried, but I can't change my pace. Just like the pace you're walking is the one that's set. This path we're walking, this absolute strip of asphalt, that is our bridge into forever, all centuries. I don't think you got the gist of how revealing an answer that was. All centuries, all of them. I'm chopped to bits while you're only in quarters. That is what they mean by intersectionality. To cut a bitch is to know one, is what the ancient mystiques used to say. Maybe they still do. Then one knows too much, and that's it. Your inside's right side out. Then where is precious? I'll come right out and say it. You're white. How am I supposed to trust you during a riot? Chop, 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 chop. I've seen you exhausted before, you said after the riot. Why are you so tired? I told you. You hadn't seen me tired before, really. Are all tireds welcome? No one is trying to shoot you down the I-5 corridor, is what I say. This Mississippi muddy feeling slops into my legs, hips. It wears you down, this explaining, I explain. How many times will I be asked to spell Mississippi in my lifetime? I could never go back in time with you, no matter how bad I wanted it. What would we say to each other then? Me in burlap and shackles, my pigeon tongue, my vernacular wrapped round jaw. What? Crickets screaming, chop, 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 chop. I beg you to understand. You see my tears. You think they are love bombs from the nearby tear gas. Chop, 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 chop. I wonder if you know what direction you're going. I wonder why I went downtown for this date that is both lovely and terrifying. I'll pay for it later, when I'm vomiting my feelings in the kitchen and you ask why I'm so tired. All tireds matter. I am so tired I think I am seeing things, trees blooming in front of me, between my half-closed eyelids, between my eyelashes. How do you teach comfort? How do you teach it's been hard to come by? Cockroaches were my alarm clock growing up. I measured my hours in cockroaches for a time. They turned the dial on my clock radio. All centuries matter. How to integrate? Do we? The pain of it, chopping through relationships regardless. Chop, 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 chop. Trees are kissing now, limbs fondling their neighbors. Crickets are screaming. I want to be alone so bad, but I never will be. You are precious to me, you say. The gray sky is a pin light again in the familiar tunnel. Then you close the door. Chop. You are precious to me, you say. Then fetch me a plate of food while I lay still. You are precious to me, you say. All centuries. Who's they? This is us we're talking about here. You add this and wipe away my tears. Chop, 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 chop. How to get my slices together? How many color bars does this globe need? After the riot, I know. I know I am precious to you. I know. The reflection you hand me is a careful one, honest. I used to think in the silence between us the sexual tension was just my own SOS. I always just want to bury myself in you forever and always, like cologne through pores, like a living ghost passing through your flesh and soul, like the Loa, bringing you to the river of spirit, and the utter, blissful bridge of ego, death, and fucking. The mouth of eternity never further, into the deep waters past Guinea, where I live, sifting smells and sounds from the rushing river of dark. Just the same, every twist of my curls is a prayer that if kindness exists, our bones will stretch under those waters, songs spieling the howling in the cavities of our skeletons with those waters. A turn of the universal egg, a tilt of the beaker. I'm at the bottom of you. You take my hand, brush my knuckles, like you're both assessing and loving a cat bristling with haste. Your fingers get plucky, probing ligaments in my body, hand-picking tuning forks causing capitulations. Maybe they're looking for me. Maybe they're looking for you. All this to say, I squirm for you to be the one to pass through me. Never was there a finer regiment you rubbing a hole in me. I just want you inside me too. I want us to be inside each other, to share lungs. By the by, oblivion is here and now, though. We knew it. We know it now. These 7 nights, 7 moons, 7 gates, 7 tombs, these generations I've spoke of, these iterations, you listen and add certain oblivions to your list. These centuries we come from. You hold me in the degrees of separation like a loving stasis, all these centuries calling. Your long-fingered hands rubbing me in, rubbing me out. Long fingers, vagal nerves learning the ropes. All these centuries. For a time I can float, you help me dip out. To be honest, it is the best gift to be a non-embryo, both the sperm and the zygote, the undone thing that passes through, a one that got away. I am aware, as I know you are, of all these centuries, pressing upon me like a gun to the head, an unkind reminder that you came from a loaded mechanism. Histrionic cuts are less of a mystery these days to you. So we lay together in the deep waters after all. I pull the sheet of the last gate over us. You play with my buttons, and we let the sediment come. The particulars. The particulars. You must be taking this personal. Don't be so negative. Why is everyone so negative? Fake news. Faker. Faking. I have lots of diverse friends. Robots are the future. They are so much smarter. White people's greatest hits. That's nice. The system really works. Justice is real. It would be better if they or she hadn't lived. I do more stuff than just this. I've decided to wear the pen. Where have you been? It seems like you're being modest. I understand you being modest, but you seem to be holding back, hiding. The line drawn down the middle of me. Are we supposed to just ask every time we need help? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Defense. Pointless conversations. I asked my 2 black friends. I asked a Syrian couple. I went to hold a neutral workshop and I'm white. Room to wonder why they think the way that they do. So surely they ask me, so must I. I feel called. I still feel called. That's it, I'm watching iRobot for the holidays. I love my family, not people. This is just for the family. Keep it in the family. Family. 2 sons too many angry fires. Pig's ears are gross. Offal is gross. Disgusting. I'm a vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian. I run an organic clothing line. Family. I run an organic family. I run a family for fun. Why are your gums so dark? Why are your teeth so big? You don't look fit. I like chocolates. I'm down with the swirl. I love brown people. I'd like a little chocolate in my bowl. My husband and I have always wanted to play with a black person in the bedroom. Black is not a sexual preference. Black people don't work. I can't believe I just said that. I stay positive. Love wins. Oh, it's soft. So very, very soft. Oh, it's big. So very, very big. Those are big. Stop stirring the pot. They keep stirring the pot, instigating racism. Inciting racism is the same as false rape. Don't need social experiments in our schools. No one will believe it's happening. Girl, 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 boy, 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 agitate. Girl in the red dress shaking that thing, ain't no one always gonna be Dr. Martin Luther King. Promise me it's your eyes I'll see when I die. I'm moving to Vegas. I have so many friends. I'm on a soapbox. You're on a soapbox. She, they, him, their, I. Should I have said it's on the shelf over their computer? You know, we have always found our strength in song, black people. These people are so sweet. If you knew them, you'd never say that to their faces. Get over it. Love is the future. Do you not think I have asked the elders? Once art is made, it's everyone's property. It ceases to belong to its maker. Hey, sweetheart. Okay, sweetie. $25 a dream catcher. $50 a workshop. Yes, dear, I'm a racist. Yes, dear. Yes. 3 or 4 girls. 3 or 4 girls. 3 or 4 girls. All white action. They in pajamas and slippers, hair in place, clipped in messes of barely preened knots, surgical masks tied cutely over their faces. If cute can be applied to a threatened life. 3 or 4 girls, maybe even 5, swim through the anxiety of the Fred Meyer. It stings my nostrils, singes my skin. Every move requires a distance of 6 feet or more. 3 or 4 girls, though, rub shoulders, hold hands, brush hair, and pick out an ugly sundress I would not be caught dead in. $45 because it is so ugly, one says. 3 or 4 girls reach for more expensive, uglier still dresses. Their parents are paying them to play at the Fred Meyer. I used to be intimidated by these girls when I was small, but more so I pitied and hated them, an innate disdain. I felt superior to them without knowing it, without knowing why. I'd say today it is mostly pity, but it evaporates like an antacid. On the way to me rushing to buy candlesticks and hair dye as fast as I can. I dodge others' fear. Sometimes it gets on me like a lick of snail slick. Someone I care about is across the store hurrying too. An internal timer. I grab half and half. They grab dry ice for a decarb project. Number 1, candlesticks. 2, hair dye. 3, hair bleach. 4, toothbrushes. 5, more half and half. 6, hairspray. 7, dry ice. 8, 3 or 4 girls. 9, whiskey. Later, dinner. Flashbangs hit my friends in the stomach as they stand on their stoops. And I put candles in my basket with 3 or 4 girls blowing $300 on the ugliest maxi sundress known to man. Freddy's is a safe house for some. A creepy temple of food just like the Mormons planned it to be, where prudish pioneer dresses, disease, and a bounty of produce can still be had 200 years later. Proof positive that human beings are at large very adaptable. It's funny how creative and yet how basic the adaptations take shape. 3 or 4 girls. Half of them will probably be dead by 2040 or on Prozac, but their $45 features will be fine. The walls that surround them, fine. The silence, fine. The sounds, fine. White people and their $45 change sounds so quietly, like sharks. But touch their noses and they go still. Swim with resolve, and you may make it home. 3 or 4 girls, and you will always be waiting for me. Little fish, little fish. I used to call you little fish. Little fish, little fish. You used to swim in me, and no one but one person seems to understand that. You have never broken your stride in the water as long as I've known you. Not one bit. I used to dream you were a nightmare from Poseidon's realm, a dark horse coming up onto land on a bed of foam. I used to dream you had drowned, or that we were drowning together. You drowning, me being squeezed by invisible demons, invisible forces. Like a sponge already ripe with water. Little fish. You had a tank, a fish tank when you were 3. In it was a tiny naga, some tetra, and several goldfish. You loved the tetra best, and when the goldfish didn't survive, you never asked any questions. It all made sense to you. There'd been too many fish, no room for the carp to grow. The tiny naga, always trying to escape, seemed to ask, "What am I doing here? What am I doing here?" Really, though, I believe the naga wanted to die too, to let it all go. I was always sad that he was different. He knew he was destined for greater, more. You once had a tank of fish that I took care of. Funny that I gave the order for you to feed them, but it was me who came up behind feeding them. It was me who felt the guilt. You had fish, my little fish. You had them. Sometimes I would even catch you trying to net them out, especially the little naga. No, I would say, no, no. Today your tank is different. The water never stays in. I've continued to try and keep the tank full of water. I keep it and I keep it. But today, these days, I grow tired. I am like the little Naga. I am a little born for something else. We both are. I saved your little fish. I've saved some new ones too. But who cares? Who cares about little fish? Little spotted, shimmery fish and Nagas. These days I have to be resuscitated, and your tank actually has a gun on it. The one you were talking about this whole time had wheels and makes murder. And yes, there are little fish in it. How come? And who cares? We did, didn't we? Don't we? Today I fall a lot. My pupils are often shot like the dead. Little fish come shine lights into my face. Ghosts of love's little fish, and tell me to get up. Once again you are playing in the street. The fish tank is full. I promise to never let it go. And there you are, little fish, playing, small again, never questioning, never worrying. Even when down the street there is bloodshed, I scoop you up, and who cares? Time it moves, it doesn't move. I'm convinced we are forced to never matter. To live in two places at once, all the time, like these little fish. Like the Naga you actually begged me to get, but that I actually really wanted. That Naga, by the way, it was the only one you cared about, and when it got away, you were sad. You knew the little Naga meant to go somewhere, on purpose, somehow made it worse. Today you care less about tanks with guns. I think these days you know what it means to be a flying fish.